check The Golden Elixir of Night, a comprehensive treatise on the physiological, metabolic, and therapeutic effects of consuming olive oil before bed. Introduction. The Ancient Ritual, reimagined in the pantheon of natural health remedies. Few substances possess the historical pedigree, scientific validation, and culinary ubiquity of olive oil. For millennia, this liquid gold has been revered not merely as a staple of the Mediterranean diet, but as a sacred substance, a medicine, and a symbol of peace and vitality. From the ancient Greeks who anointed their athletes with it to boost performance and protect their skin, to the Romans who used it for lighting, cooking, and healing, olive oil has been inextricably linked to human longevity and well-being. However, in the modern era, while its benefits when consumed as part of meals are widely acknowledged, a specific practice has emerged from the shadows of folk medicine into the spotlight of contemporary wellness trends: the consumption of olive oil before bed. This practice, often dismissed by skeptics as mere anecdotal folklore or a bizarre dietary fad, is increasingly supported by a growing body of nutritional science that suggests timing matters just as much as composition. The question, "What happens when you drink olive oil before bed?" is not simply a query about digestion. It is an inquiry into the complex interplay between lipid metabolism, circadian rhythms, hormonal regulation, cellular repair, and systemic inflammation. To understand the full scope of this phenomenon, one must delve deep into the biochemistry of extra virgin olive oil, EVOO, the physiology of sleep, the mechanics of the gastrointestinal tract during fasting states, and the long-term implications for chronic disease prevention. This comprehensive treatise aims to provide an exhaustive exploration of the nighttime consumption of olive oil. Spanning 10,000 words, this document will dissect the chemical composition of olive oil, analyze its impact on various bodily systems during the nocturnal hours, evaluate the scientific evidence supporting its purported benefits, address potential risks and contraindications, and offer practical guidelines for those wishing to incorporate this ritual into their lives. We will move beyond superficial headlines and surprising benefits lists to construct a rigorous, evidence-based understanding of how a simple tablespoon of cold-pressed olive oil, taken in the quiet hours before sleep, might influence the trajectory of our health. The narrative will be structured to guide the reader from the molecular level to the systemic level, and finally to the practical application. We will begin by establishing what olive oil actually is, chemically and biologically. We will then explore the unique physiological state of the human body at night, a period of rest that is paradoxically a time of intense metabolic and reparative activity. By intersecting these two domains, the properties of the oil and the state of the sleeper, we can uncover the mechanisms behind claims ranging from improved heart health and stabilized blood sugar to enhanced skin elasticity and better digestive regularity. It is crucial to approach this topic with both enthusiasm for the potential benefits and a critical eye toward the limitations of current research. While olive oil is undoubtedly one of the healthiest fats available, the specific act of consuming it in isolation before bed is a nuanced intervention. It is not a magic bullet, nor is it suitable for everyone. However, for many, it may represent a simple, low-cost, and highly effective adjunct to a holistic health strategy. As we navigate this extensive analysis, we will draw upon nutrition science, endocrinology, gastroenterology, dermatology, and sleep medicine to paint a complete picture of this nighttime ritual. Chapter 1. The Chemical Architecture of Extra Virgin Olive Oil. To understand what happens when you ingest olive oil, one must first understand what you are ingesting. Olive oil is not a monolithic substance. It is a complex matrix of hundreds of different chemical compounds. While the primary component is fat, the minor components, present in small quantities but possessing potent biological activity, are largely responsible for the therapeutic effects attributed to high-quality extra virgin olive oil. 1.1 Dodesides the eye. Major component, triglycerides and fatty acid. Profile. Approximately 98% of olive oil consists of triglycerides, which are esters derived from glycerol and 3 fatty acids. The specific profile of these fatty acids determines the physical and metabolic properties of the oil. Monounsaturated fatty acids, MUFAs. The hallmark of olive oil is its high content of oleic acid, C18-1, a monounsaturated omega-9 fatty acid. Oleic acid typically comprises between 55% and 83% of the total fatty acid content in extra virgin olive oil. This high concentration of MUFAs is central to the oil's stability and its health benefits. Unlike saturated fats, which can raise LDL, low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, and polyunsaturated fats, which are prone to oxidation, monounsaturated fats are relatively stable and have been shown to improve the lipid profile by lowering LDL cholesterol while maintaining or increasing HDL, high-density lipoprotein cholesterol. When consumed before bed, oleic acid enters the digestive system and is processed differently than carbohydrates or proteins. Because it is a fat, it does not trigger a significant insulin spike. Instead, it stimulates the release of cholecystokinin, CCK, a hormone that promotes satiety and slows gastric emptying. This slow release of energy is particularly relevant during the overnight fast, providing a sustained fuel source that does not disrupt blood sugar stability. Saturated fatty acids. Olive oil contains a modest amount of saturated fats, primarily palmitic acid, C16.0, and stearic acid, C18.0, usually accounting for less than 20% of the total fatty acids. While saturated fats have been historically vilified, recent nutritional science suggests that the context of the food matrix matters. In olive oil, the saturated fats are balanced by the high MUFA content and the presence of antioxidants, mitigating any potential negative effects on cardiovascular health. Polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFAs. Olive oil contains small amounts of linoleic acid, an omega-6 fatty acid, and alpha-linolenic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid. While the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 in olive oil is not as favorable as in fish oil or flaxseed oil, the absolute amounts are low, and the presence of powerful antioxidants protects these PUFAs from oxidative damage within the body. 1.2. The minor components. The bioactive powerhouses. While triglycerides make up the bulk of the oil, the remaining 2% consists of over 200 minor compounds, including polyphenols, tocopherols, sterols, pigments, and volatile compounds. It is this fraction that distinguishes extra virgin olive oil from refined olive oils and gives it its medicinal properties. Polyphenols. These are the star players in the health benefits of olive oil. Polyphenols are potent antioxidants and anti-inflammatory agents. The most significant polyphenols in olive oil include oleuropein. Found primarily in olive leaves and unripe olives, oleuropein is hydrolyzed during the maturation of the fruit and the extraction process into hydroxytyrosol and elenolic acid. Hydroxytyrosol is one of the most powerful natural antioxidants known, capable of scavenging free radicals and protecting LDL particles from oxidation. Oxidized LDL is a key driver of atherosclerosis, so the ability of hydroxytyrosol to prevent this oxidation is crucial for cardiovascular health. Oleocanthal. This compound is responsible for the pungent, peppery sensation in the back of the throat when tasting high-quality Evo. Oleocanthal has gained significant attention for its ibuprofen-like anti-inflammatory properties. It inhibits the cyclooxygenase, QX enzymes, similar to nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, but without the associated gastrointestinal side effects. This makes it a valuable agent for reducing systemic inflammation, a root cause of many chronic diseases. Lignans. These compounds have been linked to improved bone health and potential anti-cancer effects. They also contribute to the antioxidant capacity of the oil. Tocopherols, vitamin E. Olive oil is a rich source of alpha-tocopherol, the most biologically active form of vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects cell membranes from oxidative damage. During the night, when the body undergoes repair processes, the availability of vitamin E can support the integrity of cellular structures, particularly in tissues with high metabolic rates or exposure to oxidative stress. Phytosterols. These plant-derived sterols, such as beta-sitosterol, compete with cholesterol for absorption in the intestine. By blocking the uptake of dietary cholesterol, phytosterols can help lower total and LDL cholesterol levels. Consuming olive oil before bed may enhance this effect, as the nighttime period is a critical window for cholesterol synthesis and regulation. in the liver. Squalene. A precursor to cholesterol synthesis, squalene is also an antioxidant and has been studied for its potential role in skin health and cancer prevention. It helps maintain skin hydration and elasticity, which ties into the dermatological benefits of nighttime olive oil consumption. Chlorophyll and carotenoids. These pigments give olive oil its green and golden hues, respectively. Chlorophyll can have pro-oxidant effects under light exposure, which is why olive oil should be stored in dark bottles. However, in the dark environment of the stomach and bloodstream, these compounds contribute to the overall antioxidant network. Carotenoids, such as beta-carotene and lutein, are precursors.